Okay, like I said, I was going to show you what a resistance band workout is in my hotel room. As you can tell, this is a hotel room. It's not a very big hotel room. I was actually thinking whether or not to actually do it down in the gym, then do it here in the room, but that's not what I promised. Even with limited space, as small as my European room is, I could still get a pretty substantial workout in depending on how much effort I put into it. Elastic bands aren't that big of a deal. They don't take up a whole lot of space. This is my carry-on. That's all I take with me. That usually carries up to 3 to 5 days worth of clothes, depending on how I pack. If I pack like a civilian, I could get usually 3 days worth of clothes. If I pack like I used to pack in the military, I could get up to almost a week worth of clothes and still be able to carry my elastic bands. And this is it. This is all it is. $35 on Amazon, and it gets everything you need, and you can have a really good workout with just what's in here. Let me show you what I got. All right. So you got, this is for your chest and your scapula area in your back, and to do actually concentration curls if you want by placing it under your foot. I usually carry this, I keep it separate out of the bag on the plane. When I get bored on the plane, I'll sit there and do curls or do whatever, just so I can get the blood flowing. Especially if you do a lot of traveling, you got to remember to keep moving. The silent killer, deep vein thrombosis, can really sneak up on you in the middle of the night and kill you. So it's best to, every hour and hour, if you got an iWatch, keep that app on and keep that notification on. That way you can get up every hour on the hour and walk around. So like I said, this is for your back. Okay. This is your scapula, right in the middle of your scapula area. If you find that when you're doing bench and you're uneven, okay, it's hard for you to get balance on the bench. It's usually because your scapula, after working out for so long, you're not working those micro muscles, those little muscles that often a lot of us forget, that help us do the bigger exercises like bench press, shoulder press, squats, deadlifts. We often don't work those areas out. By using just this, okay, that's going to work those little micro muscles in your shoulders and your scapula. What happens if you're uneven on the bench is usually because your scapula comes off of your back, because you're doing a lot of back exercises, you're doing a lot of shoulder exercises, but you're working the major muscle groups that is pulling that scapula away, but you're not working those minor muscle groups that keep the scapula straight on the back the way it's supposed to be. So when you go into the bench, when you come up, the scapula lifts off the back and makes you uneven. Okay. Now you're not going to be able to get a massive pump workout with the bands. I mean, you could get some really heavy bands, and they're coming out with more and more technology as far as bands are concerned. But with the bands, what you're mainly going to work is your minor muscles, your little muscles that are going to help you build the bigger muscles, that are going to help you have a heavier bench press, heavier squat, heavier deadlifts, things like that. So what else comes with it? Like I said, we got the small band. And then we have, excuse me, 3 separate bands. Each one is more resistant. This is your lightest, the red. medium to blue. Yeah, medium is blue. And your heavy is your black. Okay? Because they have these little eye rings at the end, you can take your handles, okay, and if the black is just not heavy enough with you, there's nothing wrong with adding the red and the black together for that resistance. If you find yourself being able to work through the black and the black isn't giving you enough resistance, you can always add an extra band. All right. Also comes with a door jamb. Okay. It looks like a roll of electrical cord with some strap to it. This is what you do. All right. This is my hotel door. Well, my inner door. You open up. You take this band. You place this band over the top. In the center of your door, close your door, ensure that the door locks, okay? You can pull on it. All right, that keeps that rubber, solid rubber ring from coming through the door. Make sure you give yourself a couple of test pulls, because the last thing you want to be a full extension, say on the chest press, and have that come flying out, and you have that elastic band come hitting your chest at Mach 5, and for the next 3-4 days you got a nice whip mark across your back, and you can't sit back on your kitchen table. Excuse my cough. So let's get right into it. Let me show you some exercises you can get done here right in your room. Let's have some fun. All right, the first exercise we're going to do is the curl. Curl's very simple. It's no different than a curl in the gym. You're going to step on the bottom of your bands, making sure you're stepping in the middle, okay? And all you're going to do is curl up, okay? Since the resistance really isn't that much, I suggest doing more than 10. 15 to 20 would be my count, 4 sets. Now, if this becomes too heavy for you during the end of your repetitions, all you have to do is step out. One of the bands I'm using too, the black and the red. It's a step out of one of the bands. I'm stepping out of the red, stepping back on the black, which is the heavy one, and continuing to do my curls. Now you can go from forward grip to reverse grip, like I showed you in the last video, bringing down that bicep from your shoulder back down to your elbow, or you can stay with just regular curls. And that's it. That's a curl. It's just one exercise. All right, the next exercise we're going to do is the tricep extensions. Again, just one foot this time rather than two like in the bicep curls where you stepped on it with both feet to give you that proper resistance. We're going to step on it with one. Now I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to keep my left at waist height. Step on the cord on both of them. Bring the other one behind my back. And all I'm doing is lifting up for a set of 20. Do more out this way, however you feel comfortable. Once you're finished, bring it out again, this time taking it right, keeping it at your waist. Stepping on the band, bring it behind your back. Okay, so far we worked your biceps and your triceps. Next exercise we're going to get into is your shoulders. Shoulders are fairly simple, okay? I got really bad shoulders, so I'm going to take off the red and stay just with the black, I'm sorry. Okay, with one band, two bands, or all three bands, depending on how strong your shoulders are. You're gonna step directly in the middle. Make sure you get the same amount of resistance on each side. Bringing it up, stepping through with it behind your back, and you're just doing a press. Okay, that's a shoulder press. The only bad thing about the bands is that they'll catch on your clothing. It feels uncomfortable in the beginning. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you're doing it right because of all the extra added resistance that, you know, the elastic tubing, the medical tubing has against your clothing, against your skin. But I mean, you could try this in the front. You have a little bit less resistance. As you can see, I don't have full range of motion when it comes up in my shoulders. I'm working on that. This one I got pretty good. This one not so much. Just years and years of abuse, not taking proper care, doing improper exercises, too much weight, years in the military. Got lots and lots of micro tears in my shoulders. I'm working on it. I'm getting better range of motion. I used to be able to just go like this with this arm. Now I can get up pretty high without pain. All right, let's go to the door. All right, like I said, in this room I don't have a whole lot of room. The door is only a couple feet behind me. The camera's against the far wall, so I don't have that much room to move, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, what I'm going to do here is add back that extra resistance that I took off, which is the red one. And you take your one in, place it through the loop. Making sure you get down to the middle. Okay. The first exercise I'm going to show you is basically for your back lat pulls. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll do the lat pulls. Stepping as far back as you dare. Now we're going from the lats, which works your back. Okay, just like you were doing a seated row or a lat pull down. Now we're going to do your flies. Bringing it out again. This is what you really have to worry about, making sure that anchor, the door anchor, is properly secured. If not, this is when it looks like you've been whipped. But just like when you pull the machine in your local gym, same exercise. Come out as far as you can, get a good stretch on your chest, and bring it forward. Okay, from this position you can also do a tricep exercise. By having the weight behind you, just bringing it forward. Make sure to hold on to that other end. And you also have a bicep exercise. Okay, so far we worked mostly upper body. We did our chest, biceps, triceps, shoulders, and lats, and your scapula area. Now we'll get into the legs. Only so much you could do with the legs as far as I'm concerned. They do give you ankle wraps to place around your ankles. By placing the door jamb underneath the door, you can try to do some, I guess you could say reverse curls for your hamstring, but mostly what I do is squats. You do enough squats, it usually works most of your legs. Like I said, you're not looking for anything special. You're not going to get a massive workout using these bands, but you are going to be able to stay toned. You'll be able to work out those micro muscles that we often don't use. This again, you step in on both sides. Bringing the weights up to shoulder length, and all you're doing is squatting down. All right, that's about everything I got to show you as far as the band workout in the hotel room. I was going to show you cardio, but there's absolutely no room for me in this hotel room. I was going to do 5,100. That would have been 50 curl press squats and 100 burpees. There's not a whole lot of room for me to do all that exercise as especially burpees. This floor creaks a little bit. I don't want to bother the people who are below me. So I went to the gym. This hotel gym is actually very nice. Got a nice 30-minute elliptical workout in. Yesterday was my cardio day. I did heavy cardio yesterday. Massive Tabata workout. One of these days I'll show you that. But that's the band workout. Very small, very compact. You can carry it in your carry-on. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. Especially, you know, like me, I carry a backpack. I try to bring as little with me as possible. I don't like carrying a lot of luggage with me, where you have your carry-on and you have your one you put in your overhead. To me, all in one big small package, and I'm happy. And yeah, it gets a little heavy. It's about 70 pounds I carry in my back daily, but that's just me. It's the way I like to travel. I don't like pulling things, having things interrupting my hands. I like to have my hands free. But like I said, it's very small. It's compact, fits in my backpack very well, even with 4 days worth of clothes, which I got in there right now. Also, foods, drinks, stuff like that, bought at the airport. That way, when I got to the hotel room, I could get a snack before I got to sleep. I got in here very early this morning, got about a 4-hour nap, woke up and started working out. One of these days I'll show you actually how I pack, where I pack everything in my backpack, what I actually take, what you can get through security without violating any regulations, what you can't. Excuse me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe. It's right down here. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough today. I'm going to continue my workout. I only showed you one set. I don't want to bore you by showing you multiple sets. If you have any questions as far as the band workout, what particular brand that I bought, where you could buy them, please hit me up in the comment section below. If you'd like me to show you anything else as far as the band workout, what you can do at home, there's other elastic bands rather than tubing elastic bands that I use for assisted pull-ups, and also for warm-ups before I actually get into lifting weights to help my rotator cuff and my scapula and my chest. Always like to warm up before I actually start lifting. Rather, you know, I do the 20-minute, 30-minute warm-up on the Stairmaster usually every day before I work out, but I also like to work out the individual muscle group in which I want to be doing that day also. So that's what we have. Like I said, please subscribe below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments, and I try to answer in the best of my knowledge. I'm starting to get a little better at this stuff. I'm going to start buying some editing tools here soon. That way they don't look so cheap and look like I actually made them in my hotel room. But thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Hope this has been informational, and I hope you get a good workout in. Remember to always move forward and get busy living.